All right, so I just gave basically the bulk of nursing school or whatever. We all know how the nursing program is or whatever. Well, if you don't know, you don't know. But nursing is nursing school in itself is basically hectic on top of all the extraness that you have to do. But I finished the program, graduated, okay, 3.0, okay, Dean's List last semester, okay. So I basically went in there and just finished with a bang, you feel me? But finished with a bang, I'm on my high. Okay, done with nursing school, graduate nurse, what's up, what's good? And a lot of my peers, they had already locked in jobs, people knew where they was moving to, whoopty 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 whoop. And here I am, ain't apply to nothing. Just trying to make it through. So I didn't apply until after I graduated to a specific hospital or whatever. That hospital, I'm looking forward to working with them. But then I feel like the week before, the day before my interview, they canceled the interview because they had a job fair. And the lady was just like, well, just go to the job fair, basically. So I will definitely say that God was working for me. God is working for me when I'm not working for myself, okay? Because um, I went to the job fair or whatever, and I flew in that morning, and I feel like it started at 9 o'clock, 9 or 10. I flew in that morning, and I was just like, okay, well, I'll just go in, speak. But I already had where I wanted to be in my brain. It was there. Um, my true heart was L&D, but then I had a clinical at L&D that kind of turned me off of L&D, so I wanted to be in the ED. And when I got there, I was like, my brother dropped me off, and I was just like, this place looks kind of empty. So I spent a good 30 minutes at a locked door, thinking that they just didn't unlock the door. Come to find out, there was a whole nother entrance that people was already in. Like, this job fair is already going. Like, it's already going. It's a ton of people there. When I say a ton of people, it's a ton of people there. So I get in and I'm just flustered because like they're taking you through like this whole maze thingamabob, and you gotta go to these sections, see what the residency is gonna be like and things like that. So it's like a lot of steps before you actually get to physically speak to a manager of the department that you would like to work in. So I get finally to the part where the managers are, and it's a long line. I'm like at the back, and they were like, that's a department where everybody is and things of that nature. So while I'm waiting in line, they have people who are already in the residency program telling you, okay, med surg is a good place to start, and so I had already spoke to my boyfriend. I told him that I wanted to work in the ED, and he had already ran game. He was just like, you go in there and what you want is what you want. Do not divert. And I'm like, okay, like, I don't think it's that serious, but okay. So I get to the job fair, and the room where they had all the departments in, they started to move all the specialties out of the room or whatever. I'm just seeing signs just getting floated out, getting floated out. So now I'm like kind of confused because they were still trying to push everybody into this room. And what's only in the room? PCU and med surg or whatever. No hate or diss on any department that people work in or whatever, but I just wanted to be in the ED. So they first moved the ICU, and then they moved the L&D, and then I see the ED going out. So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, well maybe it's too much people. They're moving it out to another area so they can have more space to speak to people. So I see the ED sign float, so I float too, and I become like the third person in line or whatever. So I'm waiting, and people are just walking out of that main room that they had everybody in. And this girl passed by, and I guess she had seen one of her classmates or whatever again. So I didn't go to school in Orlando. Everybody there kind of knew each other. So people are like bantering, having conversations. I'm just nervously standing in line, like, now it's not, oh, I'm from Orlando. It's like, oh, I was in Miami. I'm from Miami. I went to school in Miami. And everybody's like kind of talking. And this girl, she walked up the room and she was just like, this is just like a waste of time because all the positions are already gone. They only have med surg left. And she was just like, she was telling her friend, she doesn't know why her friend is standing in that line. They're going to turn you away because the reason why they were removing these signs of the room is because they had already filled those positions. So I'm just like, doggone it. So I text my mom like, Mom, they said all the positions are taken up. And my mom basically texted me back. It was just like, don't listen to what anybody else had to say. Let everybody get what they need to on their own. So at this point, I think they had gave like the last position or whatever. They first ask you what hospital you want to work at, and then they basically direct you towards a hospital. So I heard two hospitals that had like a booming ED, so I'm just thinking like, yeah, I could get more hours, things of that nature. But I tried to switch where I was going and go to the one furthest away, and it was my turn, and it was just like, well, where are you going? So as I was walking in, another student walked in with me. She just walked in with me. So the lady was asking me like, what campus do you want to go to? So I chose a campus and I sat with the lady. I turned around, homegirl sitting with me. So I'm like, what's going on? So then the girl sits with me, and the lady is just like, the manager, she's just like, I'm gonna just tell you right now, I'm full. I'm just here to basically tell you about the department. I'm full. I don't have any more positions, this, that, whatever, and the third. So she introduces herself. So now at this point, this is a group interview. And she introduces herself, and the girl was just like, she said the manager's name, and the manager was just like, how you know me? So apparently the girl had already worked at the hospital and sent her resume to the lady, to the manager, and the manager told her to come there and she was gonna give her a job. So the girl, they already had, so I'm sitting here like, I'm really not gonna get a job now. So they talk, and now she's doing interview questions. So the difference was the girl that interviewed with me, she knew the lady, but she was still in nursing school. I was done with nursing school, but I had the clinical experience. She didn't have the clinical experience at that time. So so it's a group interview. She's asking me questions. She's asking the girl a question, and she's just like, I'm completely full. She just kept saying, I'm completely full. And then she said, but I'm gonna give you both an offer. What, ma'am? You both? We both? So me and her looking at each other, mind you, we don't know each other, but we looking at each other like, So she wrote the offer thing, and boom, I got a job. And I was just so freaking happy because I'm like, my mama told me to stay in there and fight for myself, and I did, and it was nothing but God, because had that girl not sat next to me, and she already had opened the door. She opened the floodgates, y'all. She opened the door, and then here I go with my clinical expertise. It was all working out. We out here slam dunk. We both in there, and you ain't got no space, ma'am. But you found space. You made space. God's favorite.